check. We here. I'm just trying to make sure that we live. Let's see. Think I got some action. All right, all right. I think I got some action. Everything's looking good. Today has been one of those days. So, excuse my unpromptness. My daughter had a cheer competition today. It's been a very long day. The competition actually started at about 12:30, but she had to be there at 9:30. So the whole day has been soccer dad JP1, soccer dad Alvin Hill, not really business. Real life business solutions. It's literally been a long day. But I made sure I'm here and I'm not here to complain or to waste anybody's time. I am here to give you the information that I promised each and every Sunday at 7 p.m. right here in the Real Life Business Solutions group. If you are not a member of the group, then you should not be watching this. I think it's been slipping through on YouTube. And to be honest, I'm not even tripping on a YouTube thing. If you are watching this on YouTube, please just give me a what's up. Shoot me a what's up. You know what I mean? Let me know you on that thing. So if you on a YouTube, subscribe to the Real Life Business Solutions YouTube page and show me some love, man. Share it, comment, do whatever you want to do, but do not be a hater because I will delete the comments. I used to give everything energy, but now I just delete the comments and keep it moving for the most part. Sometimes some people need a little bit of attention just to humble them, for better words. So we are in 2022. There are a lot of shortcuts to getting business credit, a lot of shortcuts to getting business funding, but the steps that I'm about to outline right now are steps that you should take if you want to be taken serious as a business. So, a lot of people are charging like eh, thousands of dollars for this type of information. It's so crazy because if you can look up some of these things, a lot of these checklists and different things like that, you will find that they are free. You can find $20 books with a lot of this information. Do not be do not be a victim of scammers. Do not be a victim of people who are taking advantage of people who really don't understand what's going on. This information is not some kind of hidden thing. This is not a part of the I don't know. This is not like some secret society type of information, but you have to understand this information. So that's why I present these type of things on Sunday nights to help you understand this information. It's a little deeper than what I put in the slides. I just wanted to give you an idea of what this type of credibility checklist look like and why each step is important. So without further ado, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is JP1. That's the name that most people know me by, or Jackpot. I grew up, they called me Little Man growing up. My family still call me Little Man. My government name is Alvin C. Hill the fourth. I do not mind my middle name, but my big brother has the same exact name, except he's the third, and he does mind me telling everybody my middle name. So it's just C for now, and until he's a little less rigid about it, is going to be C. So Alvin C. Hill the fourth is my government name. Please do not call me by my government unless you're the government. I seen somebody post that the other day too. So I'm the CEO of Real Life Business Solutions LLC and Gifted and Talented LLC. Gifted and Talented is my promotions and marketing company. We were doing a lot of music. We're going to continue to do music and comedy shows and different things like that. But with Real Life Business Solutions, it's a DBA, is Real Life Credit Solutions. And what I do with that particular company is I do credit repair, credit building, because some people do not need credit repair, but some people do need credit building. There is a difference. Credit repair is when you've got a lot of negative items on there that you need, you know, disputed and off of your credit report. And a lot of stuff I can settle for you. Do not pay collection agencies. I do settle, and I do great settlement letters, and the settlement letters have been working out pretty good for me. Um, the business side is consulting and coaching. The business side has actually evolved within the last year. I started this company last July, and the business side has actually evolved. I've done a lot of different things with the credit part too. and that has evolved, and my program has actually become pretty good. I am implementing some new things on that end to even help my program a little more. But as far as the business side, a lot of people are consultants and whatever they want to claim. But I have a business degree, as you can see on there, and I am in school at Wayne State's Mike Ilitch School of Business for my bachelor's degree in business management. Um, and with that being said, it's a certain thing that you learn while you're going to school for business that you're not going to learn just by taking these internet courses and different things like that. And I'm implementing all the things that I'm learning into my business, so my business is evolving. I will graduate in a few months, and I'm thinking about applying for this master's degree. And if I do, then I will continue to impart the wisdom that I am gaining from this degree to the people that look for me for guidance. So let's get into the meat and potatoes. What we'll cover today is the business name, and that is the checklist and the business address. You never want to use your home address, the business license and registration and EIN, your business domain and website. There's two different things. Your domain is whatever whatever it takes you to the site, www dot such and such.com is the domain. The website is what's actually at the domain, what's parked there and what you put on there. So the business phone number, fax number, and email address, those are very important. Business bank accounts, you know how important a bank account is, but I don't think a lot of people understand how important it is to separate your personal funds from your business funds. And sometimes you may want to separate one type of business funds from another type of business funds, just having multiple bank accounts to do multiple things. And it makes it easier for you to track everything because you can hook things up to your bank account and make it to where it's tracking these numbers and tracking what you spend and tracking what's coming in. And it makes it easier for the person actually filing your taxes. So the business listings. So 411, Google, Yelp, etc. Those are the big ones. Those are the only ones I'll talk about today, but there are some smaller ones. That's, I wouldn't say least important or less important. I would say that they are just smaller. It's less people searching it, is a little different. So now we have your DUNS number. I covered the DUNS number a few weeks ago. It was a kind of boring coverage, but it still was important. The major objectives for the day is for me to explain why business credibility is important. When is it okay to skip a step in the process? And how much can you expect to spend to complete this process? The first thing first is your business name. Your business name has to be unique to you, and you have to make sure that the name represents the product or the service that you are trying to sell. You want to make sure that you can put your name everywhere it's supposed to be. You do not want to have your name be something like, something explicit that you can't put it in front of kids because it's going to limit your advertising. You don't want your name to be uh, misguided or anything that could throw people off of what you actually do. Um, just for instance, my gifted and talented is one thing, and it's mostly entertainment. And I didn't want to use gifted and talented as far as my business solutions and credit solutions. So I came up with real life. It was something that I said regularly. People are used to me saying real life. When I do music, I say this real life music, and it being real life. I had to come up with a catchphrase, and I did. It was real life problems require real life solutions. So all of that came to me all in one, and it was natural to me. To some other people, it may not be as natural. You may not be a natural at coming up with these names. I'm an artist, so that was like second nature to me. I've actually helped people that ask me to do LLCs for them or different things for them. I've actually helped them come up with names. I've actually helped them come up with ideas for logos because it's literally second nature to me. If you look at my promotional materials, I'm really pristine in the fact that things need to look professional. So I'm big on professionalism, and your name represents you, and it should be as professional as possible. Do not, I repeat, do not um come up with a name uh, that satisfies your hood, the hood in you. You do not want to come up with a name that satisfies the hood in you. Your street may be okay, like you don't, you may be Linwood Records, But having Linwood Business Solutions would have been a little different. It would have been a little different. Now, a name is what you make it, and Linwood might have worked. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying you want to come up with something that represents what you're doing. And you may want to leave Linwood on Linwood, just to be honest. So we have let me pause all these notifications. They going crazy. They love me out here. We should be good. So namecheck.com is how you check your business name. And if you do not have a business name in mind, get one. You need to start with the end in mind. Please get your business name together so you can check it and make sure that it's available for you. Business address. This is a virtual address. I have one for my company. I went through Anytime Mail. The place that I used was Cocoon, but I was there last week and they said they're no longer listed on Anytime Mail. What you do have to do is make sure that the address that you choose is not a PO box style type of address because Google will flag this. You want to make sure that this particular address is not just a PO box type of building. The guidelines is the building has to be um open during business hours and somebody has to be at the desk during business hours. So even though this sounds simple, you need to make sure that the particular address that they're trying to give you for your virtual mailbox is not being used by a bunch of companies because there's a high turnover rate for some of these boxes. And that's why the PO box thing don't work. So you need to make sure that people aren't just trying to sell you anything and that it can actually be listed on Google. It takes a little bit of research, but you just got to know what you're looking for. Business registration and EIN. This is what I do regularly. I do this for people. I haven't been doing so much of it lately, because people are starting to catch on that they can do their own, and I don't have a problem with even sending people a link so they can do their own. It's no big deal to me. If you want me to actually register your business, you are going to pay me. But for information, I don't overcharge or try to t- you know cheat guys out of their money. If you want to go do the work, go do the work. You just go to laura.com, I believe it is laura.gov, and in Michigan, that's how you get your LLC. It takes a little bit of some kind of know-how because you have to put in a little bit of information. But if you could fill out a job application, you can file for your EIN. And, I mean, for your LLC, and your EIN is something that you get after that. Knowing the process is what you're actually paying for. So stop thinking that consultants are charging you guys for stuff you can do. If you don't know the process, then you're going to have to take some time to learn the process. And even the LLC and EIN is a little bit of process because you have to do one before the other one, and you have to make sure you have the information for the EIN because they're going to ask you for the LLC information. Basically, you want to make sure that all of this is together before you get to this next step, which is your domain name and your website. So you want to make sure you have a name. You want to make sure that you have your LLC and your EIN before you go get this domain, because the domain should represent your company. You do not want to go get a domain and the name is taken because you haven't checked out the name on NameCheck. So you need to do these things in a certain order. There are other consultants that will tell you to do one thing before the other one, and that's how they do it, and that's fine with me. What I've learned is it's easier to get the business address first because once you get the business address, then you go file your LLC. Then you can use your business address as the LLC's address. If you do it the other way around, then they're gonna use your home address as your business address unless you have a building or something. So now you have your home address all over the internet, and when you go to change that, it's only $5 or $10, I believe, but it still takes a lot for them to clean up the your home address all over the internet. So in my experience, the best thing to do is actually check for your name, and then is to get your business address, because when you go get this address, they're not going to ask you for registration papers. They're not going to ask you for proof of your LLC or anything like that. So you can get that. What they will do is they will have a notary public do an interview with you over your computer or your smartphone or whatever. They're going to do it. They're 24-hour notaries, and they're going to ask you some questions because for the company to get your mail, they need to have some things signed and some different documentation to say that they are liable for your mail or whatever. So that's it's a it's not a it's not a set way to do these things, but I'm giving you the order that I do these things in. So if you do it another way, then don't come back to me asking questions. I'm giving you the game in order. You can look at these slides in order. So after you get your domain, you get your business phone, your fax, and your email. So I use Sideline. These are all the things that I use. I use sideline.com for my business phone. And Sideline is great. It's $10 a month. They may have went up to 12. Don't quote me. Just go do the research. I think my number is like $12 now, which is no biggie. And it's a whole phone line. I have the app. I can send text in. I get voicemails. I get everything like my real phone number. And it's beautiful. I love sideline.com. And if you're not using one of these VoIPs, VoIPs, if you're not using one of these VoIPs, then you are literally wasting your money because these Sideline does everything that Sprint would do, giving you another line, or AT&T, T-Mobile, whatever. It does everything. I can get pictures and everything, voice messages. It does everything, and it's $12.99 a month. MyFax.com. MyFax.com is a fax app, and I can send fax and I can receive fax within this app, and it's about the same price, between $10, $12. All of these things went up in the last like year, and they're on auto payment. So I can't give you exact quote. They were $10. Each of them was $9.99 when I did it. The GoDaddy.com email, um, that email is I use GoDaddy for all of my domains because it's simple that way. All of my domains are on GoDaddy and I can call them. I love their customer service. There are cheaper options, and they may not be that much cheaper, but there are cheaper options, but you don't get the same customer service and you don't get the same options. You can actually go get a domain from GoDaddy and put a website up immediately. Like, they don't charge you extra for the website. You can get a website template and build from there, and you can have your website up in 2-3 days. So I use GoDaddy because they're secure. If anything is going on, they let me know. There's a two-step authentication process. Like, it's so secure. I do not recommend anybody else, and that's just from my experience. I've dealt with other people, and it's just the experience just was not as good. So I definitely promote GoDaddy. I support GoDaddy, and I'm telling you that if you're looking for a domain, go to GoDaddy and spend whatever they're asking, because they're going to give you a fair price for your domain, and you can build a website immediately. And you get the emails from them too. I was actually paying more for these emails, and I ended up going back through it a few weeks ago, and I had so many different domains that I had emails attached to them. And GoDaddy was like, look, you can put all of these under one master domain and only pay for this one domain. So I did that. So if you have, you know, subscribers at your website, information at your website, your name at your website, you do not have to pay for each of those email addresses separately. They will let you put all of those. They call them like blanket. You can blanket it, and then you have these shadow websites, these shadow email addresses that go to your major email address, that the one that you're actually paying for and blanketing. And you can have 1,000 of these email addresses. They could be like I said, info, store at, your name at, supplies at, whatever the domain is. You can have these email addresses. They are very convenient and they are very professional. So business bank accounts, I recommend Navy Federal, because Navy Federal, just like any other Michigan First, all of these credit unions, but Navy Federal is a big credit union, and they have the best loan system in the world. Like, if you can put a few dollars in Navy Federal and let them know that you got a couple dollars and some skin in the game, they will give you a loan. The guy that actually hooked me up with Navy Federal, he said, listen, man, I just did, I was with them for 3 months and they gave me $18,000 credit card. Like, I'm telling you, Navy Federal is great for personal accounts and business accounts. What you will need is a code. I have a code. If you're looking to get a Navy Federal account, I can actually give you my code. I don't know how legal it is or illegal, so don't go, telling everybody. But if you're watching this, just shoot me an inbox and let's talk, and I'll make sure you can get in the Navy Federal. Chase has great business banking. Huntington is zero like zero fees and everything. I love Huntington, and I use Bank of America for most of my banking. I'm not really excited about it, but I have so much tied into it that it's like, having to go through everything. I'm like, I'll go crazy. So I can't even super promote Bank of America. I love them. I haven't had any issues with anybody like scamming me or anything. So I love that they're secure, but they're still charging fees for everything, and a lot of the banks are kind of running away from those fees now. The business listings. So you have 411 listings, and that's at listyourself.net. Google, you go through your Google email address and set that up. And then you just go to Yelp and you list yourself. So with these listings, you are getting more business. They have, like, Google have ads that you could pay for to get your business at the top of certain searches. I do not recommend you freestyling that. You need to understand how to work these type of things, because you'll end up paying a lot more for a click if you don't know something. If you know it, then you know what keywords you need to be you need to be at the top of that list for. You want to make sure that everything is relevant. And without the proper SEO, you literally throwing money out the window. But these listings are free and you want to be on there. Like I said, they'll ask you about ads, and Google will actually send you a coupon for ads. Do not freestyle with these ads if you have no experience. Find somebody who can actually help you with some SEO. The money will be well worth it, because you'll be paying $1 a click and things like that when you can actually be paying 0.0001 cent per click, things like that. Like, if you have somebody that actually know how to set up SEO, I am versed in it, but I am not a SEO professional. I do not come off and pretend that I do well at it. But listen, pay somebody who actually do SEO and not one of these like fake website people that's going to tell you anything. All of the steps in business credibility are important, and you should not try to skip anything that I just mentioned, because the people who should know would know. These are not expensive things. Like I said, the business phone number was $9.99. The one I'm paying for may have went up to $12.99. The business address was mine's is $9.99. You have these things that's $10. You do not need to skip over any of these things. These are $10 a month, and they make your business look more credible. So having a business number is important. You cannot use your regular phone number for 411 because it is listed as a personal number unless you have your phone in your business name. If you have your phone registered to your business, then the 411 is fine. But if you are a regular customer, you want to get one of these VoIPs and you want to pay these people $9, $10, whatever. Some of them might be $5 a month. And you pay these people so you can list your phone number under 411. It's very important when you start filing for business credit and business funding. It's important that everything is separated. Your business address, business account, the thing is to separate as much as possible, as soon as possible, so that you look more credible as a business and not somebody just sitting in your house calling yourself a business. You don't have a business bank account, you are not a business. If you do not have a legitimate business phone number, you are not a business. And you need to understand these business credibility steps, because they are very important in establishing the fact that you really are a business. If there are any questions or comments, I am looking at the Facebook post right now. It doesn't look like there are any comments. I have no issue with commenting. If you leave a comment on the post, I will respond to that. If you do not have any questions, I am going to get up out of here. Thank you for listening. I appreciate your time. Check me out at Real Life Business Solutions LLC. This is the address: 2785 East Grand Boulevard. The suite is 381. Once again, this is Anytime Mail, y'all. Get your address game up. 313-883-9664. That is sideline.com number, and it's perfect. Call me. I can pick right up. www.reallifebusinesssolutions.com is the website. Another announcement, y'all. I have linked up with a trade line company, so we are now offering trade lines. We are officially big business now, y'all. We got everything we need as a credit repair company, credit building company, and as a business solutions company. There are a lot of things that businesses need that we supply. Just check out the link tree or go to the site and just look around, y'all. We doing big business, y'all. I want to thank everybody who tuned in. I really appreciate y'all, man. So much more than y'all know. You cannot share this link because it is only being shared in my group. I am doing that on purpose. I am building this group and I'm limiting certain information to this group for the sake of building it. Thank you once again for tuning in. I will see y'all next Sunday, same time, same place. We out of here.